Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of A Potent Dose of Three. It's Kathy.
And this is your girl, Linda.
And it's Jazz bringing you some pizzazz.
Boo.
And we're here
tomato.
Oh my goodness. And we're here to bring you your weekly dose.
The stress in this room. I'm just kidding. You know, I have to talk my stuff, talk my ish. But anyways, this week is finals week. And I know tensions are high. It's a lot of stress. I know I've been stressed. I know Kathy's been stressed. And I know Jasmine's just been stressed, but life. She's just stressed out.
She's just a stressor.
My norm.
She's here today, a real one. She's sick. She's drinking some, what is that tea from Starbucks called?
It's not Starbucks. It's medicine ball. Yes, I actually went to Starbucks today.
It's a medicine ball. She's sick. I hope she don't get us sick in this room.
Hell no.
But we all got a lot going on and we're stressed out. So we're just going to talk about school, finals, how to deal with stress during the finals week, and how, I don't know.
How to get through it. How to deal with life when it's knocking you down.
Some easy coping mechanisms that could help you relieve your stress.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Let's go. So, as you guys know, this semester was my exit HESI. And that was a stress. Everything that could go, it went wrong.
Everything that went wrong
Yes.
went wrong.
Yes.
Oh no.
Sounds like life.
So, I took it the first time. I failed.
It
It happens. It happens.
I know I'm
It
being an a-hole because I know you're really hurt, but
She's not her no more.
No,
exactly. That's why I'm joking.
But so I took it the first time, I failed. And I was so upset because I started studying for the HESI ever since the semester started, so like September.
Mm-hmm.
I took it on October 13. I want to say it was like 23,
Around
something
there.
like that. I took it. And the worst part, it wasn't like, okay, I failed. I would accept if I failed with like
Miserably.
a 400, 500. But it was 847 and I had to get an 850.
I would have been punching the air.
How do you think I was,
would've been
Linda?
mad.
I was really upset.
Did you cry or did you get mad?
So I punched.
Oh no. Oh no, no violence. We do not condone violence. She punched the air.
Sure.
Therapy.
Yeah. I punched the air, let's say that. And then my fiance comes in running. And he's like, what happened? And I'm
no.
like crying.
He was running. So who did I'm just kidding.
Because of the noise. And then I started crying. And I was like, I was frustrated because he was only 3 points. And he was like, keep in mind that all this time I had to sacrifice time for like to have fun or just to relax because I was just going at it. And I was like, no, I have to take it a second time. And I have like certain deadlines for myself to pass it.
It just moves everything basically.
Yes, it just moved everything.
Yeah.
So then I had to take it a second time. Guess what?
Oh, yeah. No, and I remember when you didn't pass because I was waiting. I knew you took the test and I was like, dang. I was like, it's already like 3 p.m. I was supposed to hear back from Kathy
So you
at
knew.
1 p.m. So I knew, but then I just wanted to let her, I didn't want to text her like, hey, how did you do? I was like,
that
let her
sucks.
come to me.
That sucks.
And then I was at the airport. Where was I going?
You were in Chicago with
I don't know, girl, you go
Ivane.
everywhere. You stay go
It
places.
was funny. It was Chicago, right?
No, Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're right. And then I was literally, it was like 10 minutes to boarding. She's like, hey, are you free? Can I call you? And I'm like, I'm about to board, but I got 5 minutes to talk. And then you told me.
Yeah. And then the thing is that I waited to call Linda because I was
I would have
crying.
waited.
You were
I
processing,
Yeah.
too.
So I was like, let me calm down. So I bet she understands what I'm saying while I'm crying on the phone. And then I did. I got out like 2-3 words and I was just like, boom.
Yeah.
I started
it's
crying.
okay. It happens.
And so then after that, I'm like, okay, now I only have 2 weeks to take it
The
again.
pressure, man.
And then I got strep.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was like, Lord, help me, please. And then I missed like a week of studying because I legit, like, I was shivering.
You feel like you're in your deathbed.
I wasn't feeling
Your whole
well at all.
family got sick.
Yeah,
That's
like-
a note, like your fiance, the baby. I think
Yeah,
got
he
sick.
got sick.
Oh, my
He didn't get
gosh.
sick of strep, but he got sick of
A cold. Mm-hmm.
And then, and that's when I learned that when you could tell when somebody has a strep once you look at those like tonsils,
tonsils.
because they always tell you, look at the tonsils. I don't see anything. Well, when you see a strep, you're gonna see it.
Yeah. So
You're gonna notice.
next year when you start the NP program,
Mm-hmm.
part of the program, well, a few semesters when fall semester come, you're going to go learn about strep. And you should be the main one knowing how to diagnose.
like,
when you
I
do
know.
the patient history taken and they give you all the symptoms, you should already know. You should be the
God.
first one to volunteer to diagnose that patient.
I for sure will. I'll be like, let me swab you.
Yeah.
And then so I got strep. And then I was stressing out because this time I didn't have that much time as I did before.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, well, the good thing is that I already have my notes from the first time. So I need to review. And then plus the points that I missed, it was like math problems. Because the first time I'm like, oh, it's just math. Like, I'll get it. Yeah, no, girl. You should have reviewed.
That's what happens.
How
when
are you able to see like what exactly you got wrong? It tells you like what
At the end.
sections,
Yeah.
Like at the end.
not the actual problem, but what sections.
It just tells you like the rationales of
okay.
the questions, and then so you could see like how many you not how many you missed. If you keep going, then you could count them.
Yeah.
But you could see which questions you missed.
Yeah.
And I knew it was mine.
yeah. And they do, right after the exam, the HESI exam, they do show you the actual problem and the question. But once you exit, they just give you like just the rationales. And yeah.
Yeah. So then I went. I asked Linda. I'm like, what should I do? Because I have such a short amount of time, and I have like school stuff that I had to like get done.
Kid.
And then Thiago was sick and I was sick. And then Linda was like, well, just review, like, because after, like, you finish the HESI, you could do, like, remediation in a way. And then, like, it reviews, like, the topics that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. And, yeah, the whole week I was sick. I couldn't get up. And then when I got to the exam, so I turned on a candle. I'm like, trying to put, like,
To set the
like
mood,
a calm,
the calming mood.
Yes. So I put a candle. And I was like smelling it.
What scent was it?
So I made it
Oh.
because it was when I went for a date with my fiance.
Oh,
Yes.
Actually, I heard about this. I
cute.
just saw this on TV somewhere.
It's really nice.
Who want to go make candles with me? Email me, DM me at Linda the FNP. I'm just kidding.
Please help her.
That is actually a cute date.
Yes, and it was fun.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's so cute.
sorry, real quick. What city is
San
that?
Jose.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Y'all
I want to
gotta
do it. Yeah,
you should do it.
Yes, it was fun. And then especially because it's inside of like a food court. So there's a lot of food around it.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh, that is such a cute date.
yeah, so it was fun. We did it for our anniversary.
That is
And
so
then
cute.
so we did like different candles, and I wanted to do like a calming candle because of school. So I made it, and I was like, okay. And then I had like chocolate because I've heard like chocolate will help you.
Get some
So, like
dark
chocolate, and then water, and then coffee. And I'm like, okay, I think I got like everything
Looking
ready.
at puppies and add like small animals.
Yes, and then because I knew I missed so many math questions, so the weekend before, because the HESI was on a Monday, so that Saturday and Sunday, I went to Starbucks all the way from they open to all the way they closed.
Oh.
And I practiced all math problems. I'm like, I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. And then I just went over. And the test has started. Girl, when I look at the question, I'm like, what am I looking at? This is hard.
I've been there. I'm like, yeah.
And I was like,
Is this a foreign language?
yeah, I was like, this is, for me, it felt like it was way harder than the first time.
You know what sucks about these HESIs when you take them? Because a lot of the times I remember like back in undergrad, they will say like, oh, if you're nervous when you start the exam, like you're nervous. So they're like, just go back to the first question. They're like, move on and go back. But the HESI, you can't move back. There's no going back. Once you go next, you can't go back.
You fully committed to that answer.
Yes. So
because I called my
it's hard.
aunt from Colombia because they were like anxious for the first time that I took it. And I felt so bad. I waited days to call them because I was like, I do not want to hear it. And then when I called them, we're like, congratulations, you passed.
No.
They just assume.
Oh no.
I was like, dude. I was like, so.
That is so embarrassing. Sorry,
I didn't. Dude.
Honestly, when I take my MCAT the second
That's
time, I was like,
embarrassing.
I'm not telling nobody.
Yes, that's what you learn.
I
Don't tell
honestly
no one.
decided not to tell anybody because like I get it, well wishes and stuff, but it's like I think
Too
that puts a
much.
lot
It's
more
pressure.
pressure on me.
It's
Yes.
pressure. That's why I just tell my close friend, who literally is like 4 of us, because we're studying together, so you know my life. But other than that, it's like, I'm not telling nobody.
No, dude.
No one.
So then I was like, so I didn't pass. And then they're like, what do you miss? So I told them math, and they're accountants. So they were like, how do you miss math? And I'm like,
They really thought she's like, she's just dumb. How you miss that?
Yes.
You're like, it's not 2 + 2.
They're accountants. they do the
I
real
was
math.
like, I messed up the conversions, and they're like, okay. And then she's like, my aunt was like, well, why didn't you go back to the prom? I'm like, it's not that easy. Once you submit, you submit.
You submit, you gotta use you know.
Yes. Yeah. So then, while I'm taking the test, I was also stressed because Tiago was 6. He couldn't go to school. And then when I'm on my laptop, Tiago always wants to be with me.
Of course.
So then Carlos was like, don't worry, like, I'll take care of him. Like, he's
G
not going
right
to come.
there. What a G.
And then I was like, okay. So then all of a sudden, I'm answering a question and all I hear is like screaming. And I'm like, focus. You could do this.
Wait, this is while you're
I was taking the Hesse.
no.
Because Carlos was trying to take him out and he didn't want to wear a jacket. And he
kids
just
are so
threw a
dramatic.
fit. Like,
Yeah,
I
just
swear,
annoying.
it's like he knows when to scream.
He
and
knows.
Like,
He knew you were in there taking a test.
and I'm like, damn.
He's like, action.
Yes.
It's your time to shine.
Especially when I'm like in Zoom meetings, I'm like, dude, I'm not talking.
They're smart.
I'm
I
not
don't care
talking
how
at
small
all.
they are. They are smart.
I'm not talking at all. Once I mute, it's like hell breaking loose.
Put on the show.
And I'm like, what happened? Like, what the heck?
Look, I went to Colombia with y'all, so I know the real him. Like, I was with him longer than a day. So he was like, I can't hide this for long. So he just showed his true colors.
That's funny.
And when I tell you these kids be the devil, they be the devil.
Oh, no.
Yes. So
Birth
then,
control, huh?
yes.
Pretty much.
For our teenage pregnancies.
So then Carlos took him away, and then I had to go to bathroom. And then the first time, I had to go to the bathroom as well, but I was so nervous that I wasn't going to have enough time that I was like holding it and I was just trying to click on it. And then I was like, no, I need to go to the bathroom. And then a lot of like my classmates were like, dude, if you need to go, just go.
Just go, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to go. And I was like, okay, I went to the bathroom because I was freaking out because all these answers, I kid you not, like I was answering them, but I didn't know how I was answering them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't know. And then as I'm passing through the hall, Carlos is in the living room. And then he's like, how are you doing? And I was like, I think I'm gonna fail. And then he's
Kathy.
like, are you sure? And I was like, yes.
Aww.
And then he's like, no, just be positive. I know you could do it. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Are you like me in the sense that every time I think I'm doing terrible on something, it turns out I do very well. And then when I think I do well on something, I do terrible.
Right
I don't
here.
know.
Right
I
here,
don't know.
too.
Yeah,
Right
you're
here.
the same. Like even with my interviews, I was like, I did so bad. I ended up getting accepted to the school. It's like exams, like the NCLEX. I'm like, oh my God. I talked to you guys. I was like, I don't know how I did. I guessed the whole time.
I just
Ended
think
up passing.
we get to ourselves. We really do.
Yes. And then I don't know, like I always get nervous with exams, but this exam, because I know it was big.
It's important.
I don't know if I was having anxiety. I was like,
No, you for
breathing,
sure were.
like my heart. And I was like, I never had this before.
Especially because I personally feel like after the first one, you probably put so much pressure on the second one. Like you were like, I
it's
can't
more
do this
pressure.
again.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably
Yeah,
felt more
it's
pressure.
more pressure.
Yes.
That's not I do not want to do it second time.
No.
It's too much. I was going
Yeah.
crazy.
And then, so I went to the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror. I took the deepest breath of my life. And I was like, you could do it. And I was like, and if you didn't pass, we can try again. Just take a deep breath. And then I did like a power stand. And I was like, I could do this.
You know what this scene? Okay, so I've been watching Insecure lately. Watch it on Netflix if you don't know. Issa.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so she does that stuff in the mirror where she's talking to her. So she's like, yeah, you better go out there. You that girl. So I could see you doing like the exact same
Yes.
things that she does in the mirror. You gotta hype yourself up.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you need to make it this quick. You could do it. So then I go and I'm in the last question. And I'm like, I can't submit. Like I literally couldn't submit. Like I was really scared. And then I turn off because obviously I'm being watched while I'm taking this test. And I'm like, I turned off the camera because I was like, if I break down, I don't want my classmates to see me break down.
Wait, this is after exam or during the exam?
During the exam, like, because it was the last question. I already had to answer it, but all I have to click is like
next.
and then you will know the score. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. So like I logged out. And then I called Carlos and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do
Wait,
this.
so you didn't even look
And
at you didn't want to press next?
No, I didn't want to press next. And then he's like, come on. And I was like, I can't do this. And I closed my eyes and I covered my eyes and I was like, you do it. And then he's like, he like brought me close to him and he was like, basically like forehead to forehead.
His ass
and
was like, oh. He probably didn't even know what he was looking at.
he like, but even before he pressed, he like brought me like really, really close to him. And then he's like, and if you didn't pass, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Like, don't be sorry. I know you're going to pass, but it's okay. So I was like, okay. So then he clicked and I looked and then tell me why it looked like a 7. And I'm like, oh my God, I failed.
I failed again.
I failed like hard. But it's because I didn't look at the above number.
Oh.
That it was like 800, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was above 850. And I was like, I passed.
Yeah.
I wish we could have had that recorded.
Yeah. That would have been amazing.
And then like I cried. He cried.
Oh,
like
that
it was
is
just
cute.
like
That is so cute. He cried.
Yes, he
Carlos.
cried.
Yeah, because she was most likely stressing him out.
Yeah.
They were both stressed going through the process together.
Yes. So then through this whole process, like I did do one thing that Jasmine told me and Linda told me, like before the day of the exam, that afternoon, like take it off. Like you got
for your time for yourself.
Yes. So that's what I did. Even though in the back of my head, I'm like,
you
oh my
wanted
God,
to.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Should I read my notes? Like what
You feel
happened if
guilty,
this is the
huh?
last minute that I could get to see anything? And that really helped me for the morning off. So, yeah. And then I think and then I had a horrible night of sleep because Thiago was sick. So I was tired. Like it was hard. But yeah, so that was my HESI. And the other thing that I changed too, it was the first time that I took it. I don't know if you remember, but I was like, I'm not gonna work out, like whatever. Like, I wasn't doing it. And the second time, I was like, no, like I need to work out because I had so much like piled up, like on my, like I felt
tension.
it on my shoulders.
Yeah, you really feel it. Like it's heavy, a heavy weight.
Yes.
Ugh, not a good feeling.
So then I started working out and I was like, okay. And then I was looking forward for this workout. So I was like, this is like my, my stress reliever.
Yeah, time for yourself.
And that helped me.
That's good.
So it was like little things like that helped me with throughout that big of a stress. And then, like that was for my HESI.
It's crazy because a lot of times I feel like we think we have to go hardcore in the sense that we have to push everything else to the side that is important in our life, such as taking care of your health, like exercising or even going out for walks or whatever. You feel like you have to push that all aside because you feel like you have to just buckle down and study. But a lot of times that becomes self-sabotage because it puts you in a really bad state of mind. And then you're not really well to take that test.
It does. Because I remember even for me, I guess for me, I remember mainly the NCLEX because that was like the last exam I took. I remember like I was studying for like a month or a little bit over a month to take it, and I literally cut off everyone, did not go outside. I was in the house day and night studying for the exam. And like Jasmine was saying, it had a mental toll on me. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't eating right. I was actually barely eating. I wasn't working out, barely got any sunlight. I was literally just focused on taking the NCLEX. So I think that was more also around the time I was like depressed as well. So I was like, that's not good. So the fact that you're able to still make sure you got a workout in before taking the exam, that's important.
Yeah, because I was like, and that changed like my, I don't know, like kind of like
a
yes.
Because it releases those endorphins.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
But yeah, so that's what I passed my HESI, guys. Next is my NCLEX.
Congratulations.
I'm studying for it right now.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Yes.
So what does that mean exactly when you pass your HESI?
So for the school that I go to, I don't know if it's every school.
Nah, it's not every school.
But for the school that I go to, you have to take the exit HESI first. You need to pass that first. And then you have to finish your last semester. Then you need to submit the grades. And then you could take the NCLEX. If you don't pass the exit HESI, the school will not let you take the NCLEX.
Yeah. Which I understand why they do it. Because I'm like, why do y'all have to do it? Like, I don't want to have to take a HESI and then an NCLEX because they don't want a bunch of students going into the NCLEX failing because it makes the school. It affects the stats. Yeah. So you're saying
no wonder they have good stats, like because
really good
the school
stats.
that I go to in their website, they have like good stats, and I'm like,
it makes sense.
I see it now.
They don't want a bunch of people failing, so they say if you can pass the HESI, you can sit in for the boards and pass the NCLEX. I was like, okay, I understand.
When would you be able to sit in for the NCLEX?
So that's kind of hard to say because it kind of depends on the teachers of like this last semester, how long it's going to take them to like submit their grades. Okay. So I think for people that I've talked to, they say the earliest that you could do is like February. Yeah.
Honestly, she's done. Like once you submit, if you pass your classes, you pass all your classes. it's just a waiting game on the professors, and then you can take it.
Yeah. That's exciting.
So she's done basically with the RN portion.
Yes, girl. After I took that HESI, I was like, I checked out. I checked out, Linda. I checked out. And it was so bad because then it was like Thanksgiving break came. And I was like, and then the weekend, like this weekend that just passed, like before the week started, we had so many assignments. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, we had to catch up.
I was like, I really checked out. I was like, I was done. And then even I had an assignment.
And with being sick too, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I had an assignment because my whole Thanksgiving break, I focused on like laundry, mom stuff. And then this past weekend, I just like the week before Thanksgiving, we had a lot of like assignments. Tell me why I went into like Canvas and I was calculating. I'm like, if I don't do this assignment, how long?
Don't go there. Do not go there. I'm telling you now. Don't mess up. You say you failed the math test, like you didn't do well on the math. Don't go there.
I was like,
oh shoot.
Then I let the Canvas do the thing. I'm like, okay, if it gives me a 0 on this assignment, girl, it was 20 something. And I was like, I'm not doing it. Because it was a writing assignment and he wanted 5 references.
Yeah, they do the most. But for me, I don't even take myself there because first of all, I am not good at math. It runs in my family. I am not good at math. So I was like,
she got us out of that thing.
Oh, she did. She's the only one that's good at math. Okay.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. Everyone else, we're not good at math. So I was like, oh, if I don't do this assignment, can I still pass a class? And I'm looking at the numbers. I was like, Linda, you know you don't know numbers. Like, don't even do it.
You guys, do not listen to them. Do your work.
Do your work. No, don't listen to Kathy. Yeah. I'm saying do your work. You don't want to make no bad calculations. You think you're not supposed to do something and you're supposed to do it. Yeah, don't.
We only went down 20 something. But I didn't do it.
At 27, something could have been made your grade go up. You could have been from maybe, I don't know your grades, but a B minus almost to a B plus, and that little point something would have made it a B plus.
But yeah, so I checked out and then I stressed out again because I had like so many assignments. But I caught up. I don't know how I did it, but I caught up. Yeah. And I turned everything in.
Honestly, this episode is supposed to be, us, giving advice and stuff to kind of combat stress. For me personally, it's hard for me to say like, oh, do this, do that for stress. Because honestly, I don't be doing anything. I just stress, run in circles with my head off. And then I feel relieved when that situation has passed. So maybe I'm stressed out preparing to take an exam. I'm stressed. I won't be stressed until after I I won't be like, decent until after I take the exam.
Well, I mean, one of the common themes I've noticed here with all 3 of us, though, is really, despite having whatever it is, like a major exam, like the MCAT or the HESI or the NCLEX, like, do everything you have to do and prioritize still your mental health and your body. And obviously, you're not going to be able to do everything in your life. Like, that's just impossible. But if you're able to prioritize things that, like, kind of like make a list of what you can get done. And then also don't forget yourself along that list. I think that's probably the best advice I could give somebody. Yeah.
So honestly, because I was even looking online, I was like, oh, what are ways to reduce stress? And the stuff they have online, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Don't listen to the internet. Listen to what you want.
No, yes. I was building up the question. I was looking online and they were just saying like stuff I don't want to do. But it sounds like you guys have like ideas. So what do you do to kind of help reduce your stress?
So this is something that I learned for my preceptorship because my teacher, she's a nurse. And she told us that during COVID, she experienced burnout and she had to like find herself again. And then so she does like little activities. And like, for example, for me, yesterday I went to a seminar. And I was stressed and I was just trying to get like through it, like hurry up and just like be out. And just coloring could like calm me down. I don't know if you guys like coloring.
I hate coloring.
How did you feel about it going into it?
When I feel about it going into it, I'm like, I'm not a kid. Like, what is coloring going to do to me? Like, that's what I thought. But once I started coloring and like going through the motions, it calmed me down. And then she had another station, and that always has helped me because I also have done it in like my preceptorship stations that I've been to. We always have that table where we do like essential oils, and we did. It's like a little like a vapor of stuff, but it's not vapor.
Like a little roll.
Yeah, it's like a little roll.
Yeah.
And then like you could put like so you put like the base, which is like coconut oil, and then you put the oils that you want,
The
like
essential
lavender,
oils.
Eucalyptus, peppermint, and then just like if you sit down and then you just smell it, it's just like it just calms you down. And then I don't know about something else. Sorry, which it was sound bath.
What is that?
I learned about it yesterday. So like you sit down, and then there is like this little ring thing, and then it has like where you like a pot kind of like where you
like where people ding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. What are they called? I don't know. That's like sound bowls or
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's like bowls, and then like I was scared to like touch it because I was like, I don't want to break it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, my teacher was like, do it, Catherine, like just do it. And I was like, okay. And then as you go up, the sound intensifies more.
Mm-hmm.
But just like hitting that thing and just listening to the sound, and we're just talking about life, and that just like help you relax. And then she also has like sounds like little seeds or bells that like also help you relax. So you just like, it's little things, like you don't have to do a 1 hour workout, but you could do like a little page of coloring, or you could do like smell your essential oils, like at least for 2 minutes, and then just take a deep breath and then just release it. Like that'll make a difference. And that's what I've learned. That's what I learned yesterday, and that's what I've learned throughout this semester. And with MBSR, the class that I took that you guys didn't have.
Yeah, I was like, what's MBSR?
Sorry. Which is like to relax. I'm learning that I'm like, you don't have to do 1 hour workout. You don't have to go outside. You don't, all these things that the internet said that you have to do, you don't have to do it, because everybody has a different pace.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've learned.
And I think the internet, it was like more so just like generic. And I was like, this is not anything new or anything different. Like, give me something else. So that's why I was curious.
I felt the same too. I felt the same too, because I was like, I looked online as when I was like, no, like I don't want to do this. But I'm not saying like I feel like, you know how you said you were like I'm not a kid.
Yeah.
I feel like we do have to be open to
try
things, but like the stuff that was on the internet was like I've done that before, you know. But yeah, I want to try different things, and so for me, something I want to try is like reading more. Because I want to get my mind like, you know, thinking about different things in different ways.
It's crazy talking about like reading and stuff, because literally this week 2 weeks ago, I was just like, you know, I need to read more. I want to read more, especially like books that can kind of help me grow mentally, physically as a person. So I did my research, is like adding books to my library. And then Jasmine texted us maybe like 3 days ago saying like, I really want to start getting to reading. Is there any books that you recommend? I was like, oh, like self-help books. And then same with my friend Vanessa. I was like,
that's what I was looking for.
Yes. And it's crazy how we're like all on the same kind of like mindset, but we did not have this conversation with each other. And literally yesterday I was on the phone with Vanessa, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was just thinking about my life and how I want to just develop and do better, and just like whatever traumas I have, like learn from them.
Same.
So it was so crazy. I was telling her, I said, yeah, and I ordered a Bible and everything, like a cute Bible. It was like a teaching Bible, and I ordered like highlighters. She's like, oh my God. Like I was talking to my sister-in-law, and she literally, because her sister-in-law is like in a much better place. And she said one of the reasons was because of that, because she started to read the Bible. And she said, you know, a lot of people are like not against the Bible, but don't read the Bible. Honestly, I never read the Bible, like the whole Bible, except for school. But anyways, her sister-in-law was telling her to read the Bible, and she'll be surprised what she can get from it. I was like, I can sing you the Bible that I ordered.
It's actually really true, because I was reading the Bible not recently, but a few months back, doing the same thing. And like, if you look within the text, like there are different ways of interpreting things. And so if you're like really paying attention to it, it can enlighten you.
Yes. So I'm excited.
Also, what I've tried, I don't remember what's the name. I don't know where this book is, but I was going through like a hard time years ago, and this person was giving like books of the Bible, and I'm like, I don't want it, but okay, fine, like give it to me. And this little book, it had like verses from the Bible, depending on what you were going through in life.
Yes.
I love it.
Like let's as an example, depression, and then you could like read verses from the Bible that would help you with it. And then I was going through some stuff, and it was so crazy because right where I opened, it was where what I needed to read at that moment. And I don't know where it is. I think in the moving and everything got lost, but that's also like something because. Like, it's like we were talking about, you don't have to do like strenuous things. Just reading one thing, or it could calm you like
doing something
down.
for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh yeah. Speaking of that, one thing for me that I think of, because I'm taking down these notes that you guys are saying about how to help reduce stress. But for me, when I'm actually studying or doing homework, one thing I love to do is putting on some lo-fi music. Like, I can't listen to instrumental music of like songs that I know, because I will start rapping, singing, whatever that song is. So lo-fi, like, it puts me in a calm state and helps me focus. I like every time I study, do homework, I have that on in the background. So you guys can try that. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's L-O-F-I. I heard lo-fi, I heard lo-fi, whatever it is. But for me, that helps. And it helps relax me and helps me stay focused. Because focus is another thing I struggle with, but that has helped me.
And me, like, I think I said it recently, but I like to garden. And something that I also found was, like, I wanted to start meditating, but like, I was like, I don't have time to meditate. I was like, who has time to meditate? Like, I remember people telling me like, yeah, I meditate. I'm like, I don't have time for that. So I was just like, gee, I wonder what would happen if I just literally put it on my phone and I'm in the shower. Like, that could be my me time.
That's your me time.
So I started doing that, and I would come out the shower feeling so good. Like, so good.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I listen to music when I'm in the shower.
No, and I do too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I never thought of having something relaxing, like some things for me to calm down while I'm showering. Is you can fit in time for yourself at like kind of in the moment. Jasmine was taking a shower. She played meditation music. I could do that. I should do that.
Yeah, and actually I was hearing like, like people are like, oh, I'm busy. But like I heard someone saying this recently, like, you have time, but what you have to realize is every moment counts. Like, those 5 minutes count. So like those 5 minutes in the shower, like, boom, that's my me time, when I wasn't even thinking about it, a shower being my me time. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, like, embrace it and enjoy it.
And then another thing that comes to mind that I did through the first semester when it was just crazy busy, that I learned from my MBSR class, is mindful eating.
Oh no!
I don't know.
I'd be like rushing.
But, I mean, it helped me because I was so stressed the first semester. I'm like, I don't know how,
Yeah.
So I would be like, okay, let me eat this apple mindfully, and then try to like make it work and just be aware of my body and where it goes and blah blah blah. And then
It's crazy that you mentioned mindful eating, because that wasn't the first time we heard that. I remember in high school with Mr. Selly, our religion teacher.
Oh, yeah.
He spoke about mindful eating and spoke about Gandhi and everyone, where he was like, oh, he I don't know, he wanted us to do it for a month, but we had to do mindful eating. He said, yeah, when you take food, don't chew 3 times and swallow. Chew it about 20 times. So I tried it for like not even a full day. Nobody, I do not chew my food no dang 20 times, but you're supposed to chew your food at least 20 times. I was just eating.
no, but this part of mindful eating is not like chewing hello times. No, it's just like you chewing and then you're like
oh, you're thinking about the flavors?
Like, yeah, like thinking about the flavors, thinking about that.
Yeah,
but I did not chew it 20 times. I'm a mom. I don't have time to chew 20 times.
Okay, yeah, no, he was saying, yes, but, you should be enjoying, like, think about what you're eating, like, just be in that moment and realize, like, what you're putting in your mouth and everything. It's like, he was like, Gandhi does it, da 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 da. He's like, and it helps when you eat less food. I was like, yes, I want to eat less food, but I'm also hungry. And
I would be like, this is good. I want another one.
Yeah.
I want more.
But it's crazy how like the littlest things that you can change
can make a big impact.
Impact.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because it's a struggle. The stress is real.
Well, life is hard.
Life be lifing. Honestly,
you be pulling stuff out of nowhere.
I'm telling you, that meme that I saw of the lady falling down the hill. That's me in life. I feel like
yeah, and that's why I get so irritated when people who are not, it could be a lot of things in life, but right now I'm just making it more school related and career wise. Well, school related, when people say you basically downplaying like school as if like it's super easy, or in the comments like, oh, just because you're in college don't mean you're smart and stuff like that. It's like, you think I want to be doing this? This is stressful. Like, this stress is not fun.
It's very stressful.
It's very stressful. It is not fun. Like, I'm not doing it because it's fun. Some parts are fun. I was like, some parts are fun.
I think school's fun.
It depends. Yeah. Some parts are fun. Like, now I'm having more fun because it's stuff I want to learn. Like, undergrad, there was stuff I was like, I'm not interested in this history class. I don't care. It's important, but I don't care. But yeah. So we can wrap up this episode because there's stress. It will be stressing, but hopefully we gave you guys some tips of how you can kind of help manage your stress. And we hope that you learned something from this episode. If you have any questions, you can email us at apotentdoseof3@gmail.com.
Don't forget to follow your girl at Linda the FNP.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at apotentdoseof3. And YouTube. We're on YouTube too. We're on TikTok, YouTube. And next year, our goal is to start actually making videos. But now, I know.
No.
That's another struggle.
Yeah.
But
till next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.